And there we go. Hi, my name is Thomas Johnson, and I'm the founder and CEO of GetUpNGetFit, Wellness and Fitness Coaching Concierge. I'm also a C-suite advisor and investor. And you're listening to How May I Serve You, where I'm constantly on the quest to surround myself with the best coaches while learning how to better serve our executive clientele by asking them, how may I serve you? Today's show is sponsored by Get Up and Get Fit. And Get Up and Get Fit will be providing students with textbooks and school supplies in Cambodia in honor of our guests today, as well as our philanthropic mission to impact at least 50,000 people per year. Today's guest is Michelle Perchuk. Michelle, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing amazing right now. I feel great.
Good.
So Michelle Perchuk is a certified career and business progression coach. She is the founder of MTV Coaching, a company that works with professionals across all industries to help them achieve their career aspirations. Michelle addresses the changes in the job market and the troubling trends present today. Her approach is very unique and is based on over 15 years of experience in the recruiting industry. She has placed and coached over 3,000 applicants and plans to continue to be there for job seekers, especially now. She is the coach that will help you discover, design, and realize your career dreams. Her book, Swimming in the Talent Pool, was voted as a top 10 read about recruiting. She is also a graduate of NYU Steinhardt School of Culture and Human Development. Michelle, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is always listen. When I first spoke to you, I love your energy, and I had to bring you onto this podcast. I had to. It was not even a negotiation.
I was very pleased that you asked me, and I actually had a thought that you would. So the energy is flowing. So thank you.
There we go. So Michelle, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, the 2-minute version.
Well, being a career and business progression coach is a mouthful, but I'll just explain it to people that are with us this afternoon. I work with people who are interested in movement in their career. And what I mean by that is, if you're looking to progress from being a college student into your first job, or you're a young professional who's starting out and you want to start your career mapping and you want to start planning out your career for the future, or if you're a seasoned professional and you're looking to sunset your career or retire from one industry and go into another industry, or even buy a business, I will help you build that plan and I will help you stay accountable.
Got it.
Many people, especially beginning of the year, start grand. They have all these goals. And then by the end of first quarter, a lot of these goals start fizzing out because it's hard. You know, the environment today, especially in the career arena, is hard. You know, job seekers are challenged. So this is the powerful work that I do with my clients. I plan out their career progression with them, and I'm there to serve and support them through every single step because it is stressful. It could be painful at times, but if you have an expert by your side, everything is possible.
Got it. True. So you're basically guiding them towards execution, which is great.
Correct.
So why did you get into coaching, Michelle? Why did you get into coaching? Let me know the origin story.
Well, the short answer to that is that I did not choose coaching.
Okay.
Coaching chose me. Because I've spent a career, a lifetime in talent acquisition, in executive recruiting and executive search.
Okay.
I've been coaching my hiring managers and I've been coaching my candidates all along. I just didn't know that I was doing the coaching. But what I did for a living before, prior to 2015, I was worried about transactions, taking one individual and placing them into a job, not understanding if that job fits them. Sometimes they didn't even understand if that career path fits them. And they would just go from job to job to job, transaction after transaction, without feeling fulfilled. And that is when I realized that this is happening. I realized that I need to do coaching full time. This is my legacy. This is my purpose. I'm here to help people realize their career aspirations. And I'm there to help them and support them through, to help them feel fulfilled in their career.
Okay. So with that, so you basically mentioned that you coach people who are transitioning between jobs and new applicants, right? So can you give us more details, like further details, on why you are working with this specific type of clientele? Why you chose to
Absolutely.
work with a specific type of clientele?
It's really not so much the transition, because we're always in some kind of a transition. It's really about the movement. So, for example, a young college student just spent 4 years in academia, and they are uncertain how to move forward. Yes, they go to career services and they could learn how to do a cover letter, learn how to do a resume, and so forth. But career services doesn't really support them emotionally through this
Mm,
journey. It's very frightening for a young college student, especially with what's going on in the world today, to pick up the phone and start networking with alumni of their college, or to network at virtual networking events. They don't have the stamina, they don't have the expertise, they don't have the life experience behind them like a seasoned professional does. And that is why that clientele really finds my work very effective. And within just a couple of coaching sessions, we develop a plan together that they stick to, and they actually stick to it through their job search for their first job, and they continue using that for the second, third, and fourth jobs as they just proceed in their career.
So you basically provide the emotional support for these new college grads to
Emotional support,
okay.
actual strategy,
Hmm.
tactics, um, formulas that they could use, that they feel comfortable using. Young people read articles and they listen to different motivational speakers. It's all great. It feels great to be in that person's shoes, but you never know what the person is actually feeling. They may
Hmm.
have this dialogue in their mind. They may have fear. They may have adding value to something a professor said to them, or they may not deal well with rejection. And these are all the things that I touch upon in my coaching sessions. I would like to add, um, my coaching strategy is very different because it's very individual. I'm not trying to sell a system to anybody. Every single client is different. And my approach to every single client is based on curiosity and serving them, helping them discover themselves and what's been holding them back.
Got it. So how do you get this out of them? Do you have a specific assessment formula that you follow before having your second session? Like, what's your process?
Sure. So I use assessments. I use a variety of assessments that give me a glimpse into their personality, their strengths, their weaknesses. But that's a secondary tool. The primary tool that I use is my curiosity and the powerful questions that I ask them.
Mm,
And this is where my expertise as an executive recruiter and a small business owner comes in, because I really ask them very, very specific questions that very often they can't even answer. But what it does is it starts a chain reaction. And that
got it.
question adds an insight for my client. And that's
Okay,
where the work begins.
got it. All right. So now I have a better understanding of your coaching style, because the question I normally ask after that is, what is your coaching style? And you're describing your coaching style right now. Um, So if someone was looking for a coach, what traits would you advise for them to look for?
Can you repeat that question? If someone is looking to hire a coach, what traits?
Yeah, if someone was looking to hire a coach, right?
Yes.
What traits would you advise that they look for in this search?
Okay. Well, there's a coach for everything these days. But if someone is looking for help in their career and they're looking to hire a career coach, I advise to really have a discovery call with the coach and see if there is an understanding established right away from that discovery call. No commitments. That's how I actually work. I don't engage financially with my client until I know that my work will be beneficial to them. So I always start with a complimentary discovery call, and we just talk. We talk for 30 minutes, and I try to understand what is the goal, what is their North Star that they're trying to reach in their career.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
So I'm not forcing my opinion on them. A coach, an effective coach, is not a mentor. It's not a therapist, and it's not a consultant. I have no right as a coach to tell my client what to do, but I guide them to getting there on their own.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Those are all great, great answers. So I see your company's name, right? MTV Coaching.
Yes.
When I first saw your company name, the first thing that popped in my head was MTV back in the day, right? The music channel.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what made you come up with the name MTV, and what's the
Sure.
acronym? What does it stand for?
Sure. So it's actually a bit serendipitous because when I owned my own recruiting company in New York City, I was in the same building on Broadway in Times Square where MTV was. But that is just an accident, nothing to do with that. The reason why it's called MTV is when I published my book back in 2016 about the evolution of recruiting, swimming in the talent pool.
Okay.
I established a Instagram page and I called it Michelle the Visionary. And when I
Oh, I
had to
see.
when I had to rebrand myself as a career coach and I go by my name, Michelle Perchuk, my children actually said, "Mom, it's such a great name. Why don't you just take the initials? Michelle the Visionary." And that's how MTV was born.
There you go. And it's catchy right there. Michelle the
Yeah.
Visionary.
Yeah.
I love it. Ooh, okay. Michelle the Visionary. I like it. I like it a lot. And that's a great, great story. Please share it more. You have to share this story more and more.
I will. And I would like to also add that, I remember actually when MTV, not to age myself, but I remember when MTV came out and it was Madonna and Michael Jackson, all the legends.
Yep, the
And
80s.
it was music for the young generation. And I remember myself so vividly at that time. I remember myself being a lost college student, graduating NYU and struggling to get a job. And I really relate to young people. Even though I'm 20 years older than many of my clients, I relate so well to them, even though they've got social media and all this stuff now. But still, we kind of talk the same language. It's unbelievable. So that's why MTV makes sense there as well.
You know what? That's a great, great reason right there. And being able to connect with your clients is everything. Because if you can't connect with your clients, it's going to be hard to communicate your specific ideas, right? And you're creating all of these connections um, by really, really breaking it down to the minutia, right?
Yes,
You're
yes,
going
yes,
backwards and you're reliving your experience on how it felt like to be a college student and what you went through and your struggles, and you're able to bring it over in your session and share it with your clients, which is
yes,
amazing, you know?
yes, yes, yes. And very often I see their potential. I see it, and it's so hard not to say it because I want them to feel it. I want them to feel that they could do it. I could tell them, listen, I believe in you, you could do it, and all of that. But until I bring them to the point that they feel like their first little success, especially if it's in their career sector, that's just electrifying when I see my clients go through that. When they have like that first interview or when they have the first offer. I've had clients call me even after I'm done coaching them. They'll call me half a year later and say, Michelle, can you help me negotiate this offer? And they get 2-3 grand more in their final base salary. That's so rewarding. That is so rewarding.
you're making a change and a huge difference in your client's life, and this is amazing. And just the fact that you're maintaining your relationship even after the coaching relationship is over, it's even more rewarding because you're reliving their rewards, their upgrades, their experience, and it's nothing better than that. Especially as a coach, I'm pretty sure you are fulfilled to the brim.
Yes, I think you could see it all over my face.
Yeah, right. Right now you're smiling. I see the energy rushing in your face.
Yeah. I'll tell you a quick story.
Yeah, yeah. Actually,
You
I
know,
was actually about to ask you about a 2 minute success story. So you can
oh,
ask that.
sure.
Yeah.
You read my mind. So I'm in touch with everybody. I'm like the queen of networking, but not empty networking, relationship building. So without having thousands of people that I keep in touch with, I keep in touch with hundreds. People that remember me when I was younger in my career, as I started
Okay.
my business, as I started the coaching. So success story, I get an email on LinkedIn from this guy that I placed maybe back in 2006 or 7. I convinced him to take a technical role at Weight Watchers in New York City. It wasn't a very innovative IT department, but I convinced him to move here from Chicago
Okay.
and to learn this specific technology that my client at that time was launching. And I guess I was very convincing because he took the job, even though he didn't feel so great about it. He wound up meeting his significant other in New York City
Ooh. Okay.
within the first 1 or 2 years, and then he planted his roots here in the New York City area. To make the long story short, he wound up growing at Weight Watchers, then going to a few startups, and then we kind of fell out of touch. Back in March or April of this year, he sends me a very long email on LinkedIn and says, Michelle, I want you to know I moved out to San Francisco. My career has taken off significantly, and I have the career of my life and my dream job. I'm a big director at Google. I
Wow.
moved out to San Francisco right before COVID. I'm fine. I'm safe. Everything is great. I just want to tell you, thank you for convincing me to take that job at Weight Watchers so many years ago, because if it wasn't for you, I would not be here.
That's amazing, Michelle. That is
That
an
is,
amazing testimonial
that
and
is,
story. Wow.
that is why I do what I do. And I
Okay.
remember that conversation we had. I was like, listen, you don't need to take this job for me. I'll make my commission. I'll make the deal with somebody else. This is the right thing for you. There's young people at Weight Watchers. There's innovation in their tech
Mhm.
department. You will grow. You will make connections. Don't let this pass you by. They want you. Take the job. I did that because I cared about him. I wasn't worried about myself at that point.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Wow. Okay. So Michelle, are you currently working on any new projects that you would like to share with us?
Yes, I actually would like to take a few minutes to talk about my dream project, which is about to launch in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
It's on a new platform called Knowable, Knowable. It's a convergence of a podcast and an audio book. So it's
Mm,
basically an audio masterclass.
okay.
Right now, there are 60 creators, including Alex Ohanian, who's on this platform. I'm one of the 60, and we have created specific subject matter knowledge for listeners to gain by listening to this course. Listening, not watching a masterclass.
Okay.
My course is going to be called, it's actually there, you could join the mailing list, the Da Vinci Career Coach. And the reason why I decided to call it the Da Vinci Career Coach is because Da Vinci was a master of transformation. And we need to walk in his footsteps today, transforming ourselves to who we were before COVID to what we are now. We need to worry about transferable skills. What skills can we take from one job into another, or one portion of our life into another? We need to learn how to pivot, how to reinvent ourselves over and over again. And that's why I chose the name Da Vinci Career Coach, not because of Da Vinci Code from the movie and the book, but because what people need to do in their careers now is so apparent through Da Vinci. Additionally, there's 8 other curated lessons about what job seekers can learn from the lives of great artists. So there's a chapter on Picasso, Michelangelo, and on and on and on.
Okay. So the Renaissance artists.
Yes. Yes. Well,
So if someone were to inquire about your services or just want to connect with you, where
yes.
can they find you, Michelle?
The best thing to do is to schedule a discovery call on my website, which is mtvcoaching.com. There are various places where you could contact me and schedule a discovery call, which is complimentary, I would like to add.
Okay.
Additionally, they could connect with me on Instagram. I run a very detailed page where I offer a lot of insights and free information for job seekers. Like, for example, what to do and what not to do in an interview, how to follow up after an interview, and the list goes on and on and on. So there's a lot of great content on there. I just launched a service off of Instagram where I could conduct with you in 45 minutes a resume audit. And this is where I map your resume to the job that you're applying to, and I tell you where the gaps are. And you
Got
could
it.
purchase that right from Instagram.
Okay.
You could find me under
What's your
Michelle
IG?
Perchuk.
Okay, so Michelle Perchuk. Can you spell your name for our listeners?
Yes, it's Michelle, Michelle, and my last name is Perchuk, P like Peter, Erchuk.
There you go, Michelle Perchuk. And Michelle, thank you for coming on How May I Serve You today. I really appreciate our conversation, in this interview. And also, I'd like to thank our listeners and viewers. Thank you for coming on. I always appreciate your ears and your eyes, and tune in for next week's episodes. But last but not least, how may I serve you, Michelle?
I would like to further collaborate with you. I would love to learn more about the charities you support and the lives that you're impacting, because I truly believe in that myself. I impact lives one at a time. You impact 50,000 at a time. So I would like to learn from you on how I could actually take my mastery and my skill and offer it to the world.
Yes, I love that. I'm all about sustainability, and anyone who's about adding value to others, making an impact, they become my best friend. They become
You
my
got
best
it.
friend because I'm all about impact. I'm all about lifting up others. If you look out at my company's logo, you'll
Yes.
see the image of me picking up an individual. So thanks for having that interest, and let's make an impact together, Michelle. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. I also would like to add that I truly believe that if people want to go fast, they walk alone. I want to go far, and that's why I'm committed to walking with people. And I
There you
want to
go.
really thank you so much for inviting me today. And I look forward to future collaborations. And I wish you luck and success.
There you go. Again, this is Thomas Johnson, and tune in for next week's episode. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.